Always ready to go. Got my notes up here. Hello. Oh, you're ready. All right. So first things first, I'm going to talk about like managing your schedule. I'm going to ask each of you to grab a piece of paper, and we have some here. Oh, just hand it out. There it goes.
Does everybody need one or?
Yes. All right, well, I'm not going to take the little fluffies off the edge, but you don't need. All right.
Good, I know Justin.
Okay, sweet. You got a paper?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Even if you're on Zoom, go ahead and grab a piece of paper. That would be awesome. And then draw 2 lines, kind of like this, if you can see them, and divide it into 3 sections. 3 equal sections. And at the top, go ahead and write monthly, and in the middle, write weekly, and on the bottom, write daily.
Did you say monthly, daily, and what?
Monthly, weekly, and daily. Yeah.
Monthly, got it.
Yeah. It's on the PowerPoint screen, but yeah.
No, I can't see it though.
Oh, are we not sharing our screen?
Come on, Simeon.
Just do the second one, the desktop too. Yep, there you go.
All right, sweet. How about now? No? Maybe?
Yes, they can see it.
Okay, perfect. So this paper is actually going to be like your GPS if you're driving across country, or your GPS if you're driving in a foreign country that you don't know where you're going. Because without this piece of paper, you're going to be lost, right? So we're going to be talking about how to manage your schedule. So once a month, you're going to need to set times twice a month to work on your schedule. I would do it every 2 weeks for your monthly goals. The first thing we want to talk about is what you want to put in your schedule, like in the monthly category. So once a month, you need to do like a home walkthrough, right? Replenish things in your home, like cleaning supplies, stuff you might not think about when you're going to the grocery store, like, toilet paper, paper towels, stuff like that. And I'll go kind of slow so y'all can write this down. Another thing that is kind of important that I would do monthly is like concerts and events that you want to attend. This gives you also a chance to research different shows you want to attend. So you can like save up for them, of course, because they're not free ever. And so you know when they are, so you can go ahead and throw them in your schedule and be ready for that. One thing that's really important to me is family and friends that I want to see. I always want to book out time for them throughout the month, and just so I know I have that time set aside so I can see them, so I can always build those relationships and don't lose them. The fourth thing for monthly that I like to do is time to plan like important family responsibilities. So everyone has a birthday. So if your mom's birthday is coming up, you're going to have to put that in your monthly, right? Mother's Day, Easter, like this weekend. And also getting gifts for those things is something that really helps if you put it in your calendar. And one question I want to ask is like, does anyone know like a thoughtful gift giver? Like someone who's like really thoughtful with the gifts they give? Yeah. So basically everyone. Yeah. Well, thoughtfulness can oftentimes be cheaper if you plan it ahead, right? Because I know I have slacked on getting gifts before, and it costs a lot more when you're buying it the day before, even the week out sometimes. So it's also great to plan ahead there. In the monthly planning, you're going to want to plan what holidays and events you need to go home for. So if you're going to be out of town, you're going to want that in your calendar. So you can obviously plan around that and plan out buying what gifts you need for those events ahead of time as well. Another question I want to ask, has anyone ever received like late fees or added fees to bills because you haven't paid them on time? I know Joe Lee has. We talked about that literally today. So one thing that is probably one of the most important is renewing your registration, putting all that in, paying your rent, payments in general, any payments you have that's monthly, or maybe it's once a year. But at the beginning of the month, you're going to want to put that in so you don't forget it, because it costs a lot more if you do. Trust me. Paid a lot of late fees in my life. And so that's basically the widespread of monthly. Weekly is a little different. Has anybody ever come home from a holiday weekend where you're supposed to work and make some money and catch up on homework, and when you get back, you realize you barely did any of it, if you did any at all?
Yes.
I do that all the time. I just get caught up and slack off. So one thing you need to do weekly is, if you're going home or something, have a conversation with the person you're going to see about what they want to do when you're there. So you could go ahead and put that in your calendar and plan around that. One thing I say, whether I'm talking to my girlfriend or my parents or siblings, like, I'm really excited to see you. However, I have a little bit of homework and some appointments to do while I am home. So what do we have planned for the weekend? So that way I can plan around it, because you are like my top priority. So I want to keep that relationship strong.
You should you should write that down. Can you say it again?
Yeah. So a conversation with the person you're going to have is like, I'm really excited to see you. However, I do have a little bit of homework and some appointments to do while I am home. So what do we have planned for this weekend? So that way I can plan around it, because you're the top priority.
It's huge. I gotta live with my wife.
I'll give you a second to write that down.
You think moms like hearing you are my top priority?
Just
Yeah.
butter them up for sure.
Awesome. Keep going.
Alrighty. Another thing that you can plan weekly is like fitness for the week. Like your workout plans, go ahead and put those in at the beginning of each week. Time each week to for your exam study time, or time for homework and stuff like that. And one thing we need to really start focusing on and doing is twice a week. I would suggest every Monday morning and Thursday morning, putting your dollar signs in your schedule for the times you can work and want to work. That's your goals for the week of the demos you want to get done that week. I would do it every Monday and Thursday morning. So that way, when you're making calls, like if Jordan's making them Monday night, he already has his goals in his calendar. He's ready to go when he starts. Or Thursday morning, if you already put them in, come to the team meeting and you're ready to get started from the jump. I like putting my chores in. I know Dustin's really good at this. He puts laundry time in his calendar, and that always it makes me laugh, but it's so smart to do that, because if I don't have it in my calendar, I forget to do my laundry. It's just, it is what it is, right? I just won't have clothes.
Yeah.
And another thing we really need to plan out related to Cutco is when you're going to send your reminder text each day. So each day is not it's everything's different. So some days you might have an early class, so you won't be able to send them when you normally do. So you need to plan that out at the beginning of the week, just so you don't forget. Put a little reminder in there, so you don't get caught up in life and classes and forget to remind them about your meeting, because you need to make them feel like a priority as well. And that basically wraps up weekly. So to wrap it up, I'm going to go to daily. One thing that really helps before phone times is planning out who you're going to call before your phone times. This will save you a bunch of time during the phone jams, so you're not wasting time trying to find the next person to call. And it's going to make your phone jams more productive, and inevitably make you more productive and get you more money. So, or if something comes up and you need to plan some last minute study time, that's something I would plan on the day as well. I mean, of course, if you know you need to study that week, you would do that weekly, but sometimes you have a last minute cram sesh to put in there. One thing that Damien has taught me that has really helped me is creating a tomorrow to-do list. This is really big because when you realize you need to do something like your laundry, you shouldn't drop exactly what you're doing because you already have that plan in your calendar. Because then you're just completely ignoring your calendar. You're ignoring what you were doing in the first place. So put it on your tomorrow's to-do list and get it done tomorrow. Pick out a time for tomorrow to do it. So one thing Damien does really well is adding stuff to like a list of reminders that you do weekly. So that is something I'm trying to do better. Some other daily things, the fit of the day, plan what you want to wear, right? You're not going to do that monthly or weekly. Do that the day of, I guess. Your meals for the day, unless you're going to meal prep. Not everybody does, but you can plan out your meals at the beginning of each day. And the most important thing daily to me is your intentions for the day. Like, so when you wake up, what are your intentions for the day? Like, I had an exam this morning. You got to wake up. How do I want my exam to go? I want it to go good, right? I want to ace this test. I don't want to C. So start with those intentions of the day. What do I want to get out of my workout, right? What do I want to get accomplished on a phone call with my mom or girlfriend? This is something that's really important. Because once I get it accomplished, I can shut down the phone call so I'm not on there for 4 hours and wasting time, but happens way too often. And the last thing for daily is sending reminders for non-Cutco activities. Just because it's not a part of the Cutco business doesn't mean you can't run your life like a business. Has anyone had someone forget y'all had like a study session or like plans later that day or a workout? Like, it ruins your day when they don't remember, right? This totally ruins your day. You end up not doing it, or it's running into other things. They want to push it back an hour because they forgot about it. And then your whole day's jammed up and all your plans are messed up. So sending reminders for non-Cutco activities really helps as well. And holds them accountable as much as you. Because if you don't do that and it runs into your other stuff, it's not really their fault for forgetting. It's your fault for not reminding them, right? It's because you got a schedule to keep. So keep that schedule. That's your job. And that's all I got for y'all.
I wish I would have heard that talk my freshman year of college.
Me too.
All good stuff.
Simeon, that was so awesome, man. You nailed that every single point. And I'm curious for you guys, like, what did you get out of that talk? Like, what's something what was like a little like light bulb moment for you guys? I'd love to hear some feedback because there was a lot of good stuff in there that I wanted to make sure that you guys caught.